Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is 6:53. Let's get you up to speed on everything you need to know here in the Morning Sprint.
Olivia Roberts is following breaking news out of Texas, and Destiny Richards is live at the Spokane Valley Mall with how you can help families in need this holiday season.
But first to Matt Gray in for Mark Peterson with your Christmas Eve forecast.
That's right. Christmas Eve is starting off pretty mild in the upper 30s. We'll see a little bit of rain as we head towards lunchtime. Cooler air coming in for the afternoon and evening. That'll flip things over to some light snow showers as we head into this evening. A merry white Christmas and a frigid New Year in your extended outlook.
Department this morning, its latest unemployment report looks just like last week. 205,000 people filed for jobless benefits last week. Claims remain unchanged from the week before. We are also learning consumer prices rose 5.7% over the past year. The Commerce Department says that is the fastest gain in nearly 40 years. Meanwhile, consumer spending was up 0.6% in November.
New this morning, few things are escaping the scourge of inflation these days, and that will soon include U.S. passports. On Monday, the fee for a passport book will shoot up by $20 for all customers. The U.S. State Department says the price hike is necessary and that it will ensure it continues to produce one of the most, quote, secure travel and identity documents in the world.
Breaking news this morning, at least 4 people were hurt in a massive fire at an ExxonMobil plant near Houston, Texas this morning. Emergency crews are still on scene working to put out hot spots right now. They're calling it a, quote, major industrial accident and say early reports show some type of explosion happened inside a unit that produces gasoline around 1 a.m. 3 people had to be taken to the hospital by life flight. Neighbors living in the area reported a loud explosion, and some said they could feel their house shake miles away from the site. The company says it's coordinating with local officials and working to resolve the issue as soon as possible. It's still not clear what caused this fire. ExxonMobil says air quality monitoring hasn't shown any issues.
4 adults and 3 children were found dead in a Minnesota home over the weekend. Now, police say they believe the victims died of accidental carbon monoxide poisoning. Relatives of the family were conducting a welfare check when they discovered the bodies and called 911. Police say there were no signs of forced entry or violence at the home. They say the carbon monoxide came from either the home's furnace or a van in the garage.
If you or a loved one is heading out across Washington or Idaho this morning, here's a look at current mountain pass conditions. For drivers heading west on Snoqualmie Pass, chains are required on all cars except those with all-wheel drive. It is snowing heavily on Stevens Pass. Traction tires are required right now, and drivers should keep an eye out for snow and ice on Lookout Pass.
We've been live talking with the Salvation Army of Spokane this morning about their giving trees up here at JCPenney at the Spokane Valley Mall, as well as at the JCPenney at Northtown Mall. All you need to do is find a gift here on the tree, buy it here at the mall, and put it right in the bin for a family in need. They have things for kids and for adults as well, so it's going to be serving the needs of everyone in the family. You can go to our website, kxly.com. We have more information about the giving tree, as well as other ways you can help the Salvation Army help families this Christmas.
Breaking news this morning, the FDA just authorized the second pill against COVID-19. It comes just a day after the agency cleared a competing drug from Pfizer. That pill is likely to become the first choice treatment against the virus.
Merck's pill, called Molnupiravir, is expected to have a smaller role against the pandemic than predicted just a few weeks ago. Its ability to head off severe COVID is much smaller than initially announced, and the drug label will warn of serious safety issues, including the potential for birth defects. The FDA authorized Merck's pill for adults with early symptoms of COVID who face the highest risk of hospitalization.
Parents with children younger than 5 will have to keep waiting for a COVID vaccine for their kids. Last week, Pfizer announced it was amending the clinical trial of its vaccine in children 6 months to 5 years old. But the company says adding the 2 doses didn't elicit the same kind of robust immune response as it did in children 5 and up. They are now adding the 3rd dose to the trial, which is a setback for those hoping to have a vaccine early next year.
Preventable COVID hospitalizations cost about $14 billion during the Delta surge. That's according to the Kaiser Family Foundation. It analyzed data from the CDC and the Department of Health and Human Services spanning June to November of this year. The foundation estimates vaccinations could have been prevented almost 700,000 of those COVID hospitalizations.
And coming up next on GMA, researchers are revealing a new diagnostic tool in the battle against breast cancer. While mammograms have long been considered the gold standard in breast cancer detection, a new technology developed by an MIT professor and her student could soon change how women check their health. GMA spoke with the team leading the charge. We'll be back with a check of weather after this.